and welcome in. I'm the coach, and you're watching Madden Ultimate Team. We've been waiting for this one all week, and the wait is finally over. It's time to play ball.
Ready for football now from sunny North Carolina. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an all-timer at the quarterback position, a man elected to the Hall of Fame in 1979, Johnny U. It's Johnny Unitas. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Unitas to throw. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Unitas. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now Hill to return it. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't he? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him. It should open up things for you. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it's Jackson. He'll check this down, complete to Dillon. And they'll get this down to the 10.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yard.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former USC man, Taylor Mays. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. On 1st and 10, Unitas. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. 2nd and 20. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. We're scoreless after one. Unitas will throw. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Here's Hill on the return. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. A big play there for Indy. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Dillon. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A.J. Dillon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Colts on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On first down, it's Unitas. That's out wide here for Robinson. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Unitas. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now Unitas on first down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Unitas. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Unitas. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And here's Joseph Charlton now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 2nd and 1, Jackson looking downfield for Jones. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Tyreek Hill set to return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Dillon, and that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. Now swing pass for Dillon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked by the safety, Taylor Mays. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
2nd and 7. They run the counter. It's Robinson, and he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down at the Colts' 20-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now he's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Marcus Davenport getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They run. Robinson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Here's Unitas looking to throw it. And Diggs has it. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. In Charlotte. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. And Gold is able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Again, it's Dillon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 59 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. A give for Dillon running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the 1st with Dillon. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll look to run with Dillon, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A.J. Dillon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Colts add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on into their fourth quarter lead. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To try again after the sack. Unitas. This is Robinson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Unitas. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
4th down, Unitas looking to throw for it. That is caught. It's Calvin Johnson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Unitas' throw there complete to Allen. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 29, Unitas. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jack Youngblood.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Madden Ultimate Team, and I'm your host, The Coach. This game should not disappoint, so sit back and put that remote down.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. On first down, Allen rolling to his right. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Allen. It's Kelsey on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Allen now looks to throw. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the counter, Elliott. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gonzalez. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Frank Reich going to tell the offense to go for 2. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. 7 yards to pick up there. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Oh, he's ready, lost the football, put it on the carpet, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. And they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights on in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So their second touchdown of this first half, they went for 2 after score number 1. Didn't get it. Now they get the equalizer, so to speak.
So to speak, and you can understand the thinking. Because they didn't get it after the first score, they wanted to get back to a normal points pattern, get up to 14. But just think, if they missed it here, only up 12-0, 1 extra point on the other side can ultimately beat you if they score twice.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And meanwhile, Allen's throw here complete to Kelsey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball,
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. After the sack on first down, Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard. flat on his back. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing on second and long. Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. Escapes the defender.
You gotta love it, baby.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mark that down as a punt return of 78 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
They're going to try and run.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half for Allen. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. And it's going to be caught. Not sure why they went for 2, but they do get it. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's at the 40. Past the 20. He will score. Touchdown, Colts. So how about the game he's having? He had the punt return earlier for a touchdown. Now the kick return to balance things out.
And oftentimes, guys who are on punt return and kickoff return, many of them are the same guys. And they're devoted to a return guy who can break big plays. And when that happens and they know it's there, they're going to block that much harder and be that much more skillful, as well as utilizing his talents. And this is what you get. Punt return, kick return, a huge game.
They're going to keep it on the ground.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, Somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Here's Allen. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Marcus Davenport able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this returnable for Hill. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Colin Johnson, 38 yards. And the Colts just continue to pour it on. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown. I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense.
That's caught at the 25. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. Oh, look at this. They're not even going to get the 2-point play off. Maybe too much indecision. It's going to cost them 5 yards.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
So that'll back them up 5. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. 1st down, and Allen hit. He lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marcus Davenport, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen over the middle. That's taken in by Gronkowski. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared. Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because...
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Marcus Davenport, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the first down sack. Allen, that one complete. Elliott. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Allen now on 1st down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you...